Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is general or collective, so just take what works for you, leave the rest. This is also timely, so if you are watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That may give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, the underlying energy, I did a quick meditation beforehand to get an idea of what this reading was going to be about. And we do have the Page of Pentacles for the underlying energy for this reading. The pages would work for the king and the queen, very young, around 7 to 14, depending on how mature they were. You have to remember back then, the life expectancy was half of what it is now, so people worked very young. And their main task would be to deliver communication, information, and that's what this reading or what this card is about. There's some sort of communication or information coming in. Now, the age of the Page of Pentacles can be significant because it could say that the communication or information may be coming from a time when you were still in elementary school, high school, or maybe even in college, university, just starting out, under the age of 21. When the pages began working for the palace, this would be a huge coup. You know, being able to be dressed in finery and educated in the ways of the elite. It would be a coup for them and their family. And if they turned out to be, doing well with this work, they might even be considered for knighthood when they were 21, as long as they could afford their own horse. So this could be representing, quite a long time frame of from the time you were young, like even kindergarten age, to about the age of 20, 21, when you were starting out in college, university, or in maybe out in the workforce. And so this information could be coming in about something that happened back then, or it could be about you when you were that age, something that happened personally to you. It could be about people that you knew from back then. And sometimes it can even represent information coming in from someone that you haven't seen for a long time, but you knew, and maybe you haven't seen them for 7 years, 14 years, 21 years. So it just gives you an idea where this information is coming from and what it's about. And also this is talking about the element of Pentacles the Pentacles represent the element of earth, and this is about earthly matters and the physical matter on earth. So it's about your health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimension. And of course, money the pentacle energy is represented by a coin, because money is a very big part of that energy. Having said that, you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. So this is more about lifestyle than just making money. And so there's some sort of communication or information coming in about the pentacle energy. And it could be from that earlier time in your life, or about someone that you knew back then. We do have the transition coming in. So this card scares a lot of people, the death card. People are afraid that means it's a prediction of someone passing. But it really isn't. You can't really predict anything in tarot. Tarot is just this is a tale that we're telling with it's a snapshot of what's happening in this moment. No one can really predict what's going to happen. We can, though, get an idea where you're headed. The trajectory of the energy. So this can be helpful for changing the direction that you're going in, or slowing down or speeding up, basically. But this is talking about definitely a transition. The death card does represent an end of a cycle, and it can represent rebirth. So the death of a cycle and then the rebirth of new energy. And it's also talking about this here is from my Oracle Tales from the Vector. And this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. This little dragon is Vayu. He's the winds of change. And he has his little angel with him, the bluebird of happiness. But at this time, they're not feeling really happy. They are in the space of indifference. And so this is talking about the vultures coming in and them having to, survive to the best of their ability at this time. And, the bluebird of happiness is talking about joy and a lot of wonderful things coming, which would talk about the rebirth. And but an unhappy bluebird is someone that is going through a lot of trials and tribulations. So you might be ending a cycle here where you've had a lot going on that has been challenging in your life. The good news is possibilities are wrapped up as challenges more often than not. And we do have the King of Cups coming up here. And so the King of Cups is talking about someone maybe offering a cup of love. This is talking, the King of Cups is one of 4 kings in the minor arcana. And the cups do represent love. They represent, a lot of the time, romantic love, but it doesn't have to be. Most definitely, it could be love of anyone or anything, friends, family, business people that you work with, partners, all of that type of energy. And it can also be representing something that you love to do or something that you love to be. The King of Cups is offering a cup of love. He's sitting out here in the middle of all this really agitated water. And in tarot, water represents emotions. So this agitated water represents volatile or mixed emotions. And it's talking about, the king, he is known for being the most emotionally together of all the kings. So this is talking about keeping your emotions in, not getting impulsive and overreacting. It's talking about really getting a grip on your emotions, especially right now. As I'm doing this reading, we have a full moon coming up, and full moons are known for, causing a lot of emotional energy. So this King of Cups is wanting to offer a cup of love. Now, this definitely would be traditional love with the King of Cups is generally someone that would be offering, marriage. And this energy is also talking about someone that, he's very emotionally available because he has such a good grip on his emotions. He right now is waiting. His right foot is forward, so he is ready to move forward and offer this cup. But for whatever reason, he knows there's a lot of chaos, maybe around you or him or both. And he's waiting until it calms down a bit to make sure that when he offers his cup, that it will be accepted. And then we have the being left out in the cold, the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles energy is, there's 2 people here and they look homeless. The 5 of Pentacles between them, 2 of them, is not enough to sustain a household for each of them. And this is talking about, one of these people is on crutches and he has this big bell tied around his neck. In the old days, they didn't have apps to isolate people from society. So if they suspected someone of carrying the plague or having there was a pandemic, they would force them to wear a big bell around their neck. And then people could hear them coming as soon as they were coming into town and could get out of their way. Now, this would be make it very challenging to get work of any kind, as you can imagine, or even to get groceries for that matter. And the person he's traveling with has no shoes in the snow. So clearly they are walking by a church, so they might be going inside to get respite. This is talking about, all the snow coming down. Quite often this card can represent when people have been purposefully rejected by society, by others, and put in a position where they are unable to work through gaslighting and a bunch of other tactics that are out there. And the snowflakes represent, at first when snow comes down, it's pretty and it's nice and it looks friendly. But after, you get a lot of flakes and they all pile up, it can become a lot of work to keep the snow, to shovel it, to keep your driveway clear, to be able to drive through it. It's a lot of extra work. And This energy is talking about being isolated from society, not being able to work. This quite often can be talking about having your reputation and being, slandered, that type of energy, causing you to not be able to work, and being left out of society. Now, sometimes this isolation can be self-imposed, or sometimes it's not imposed, but sometimes rejection is God's protection. So we'll see what's going on with this energy. We do have the Emperor, and the Emperor is talking about he's a very high performance individual. This would be someone who, like the Emperor is in the major arcana, and he embodies the qualities of all four kings from the minor arcana. So he is high level in performance. He has he wears his armor on underneath his robe, and this is so that he, on a moment's notice, he can grab onto any opportunity. This is really, really alpha male energy. He's, wise, and he whatever field or career he's in, he would be at the top of that field. And, he rarely has to fight for anything, because the beta males know not to fight him unless they're really, really sure of themselves, because they've seen him clean other beta males' clocks. And so this energy sometimes can be like quite often does represent an authority figure of some sort, someone that people go to for advice, someone that's very has a lot of authority in whatever field that they are in. And then we have the energy of the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords energy is when you're stuck in your mind. Like, this is a mental prison. There's nothing holding this person in there physically, but they just can't find a way out of a situation. And they're thinking about it and getting caught in loops in how to handle whatever situation this is. And you notice here how there's a little bit of water, but not that much. I feel like at one time it was more like this. And this is representing, thought. Like the swords are representing the element of air. And so it's your thoughts. And, your thoughts are expressed through words, whether that be written or verbalized. And it's also talking about thoughts that she has now put behind her. So she's managed to put 7 thoughts behind her. And I feel like when she started, there was way more water. But now, she does have her right foot. She's moved forward. She has her right foot on dry land here. But her left foot is still stuck in this puddle back here. And so this can represent that she's almost ready to move forward, but not quite. And I feel this is the choice that she's come up with. This is the thought. This is the way she's going to move forward. You can see that she's bound up here. And quite often that can represent feeling duty bound. So the decision that she has to make could be a very difficult decision, because it's regarding people that she holds close to her heart. And it's going to affect them greatly, and her also. Now, the blindfold can talk about not wanting to even have to look at it, but knowing that they have to, and kind of staying in your head instead of doing something about it. Or sometimes it can represent just not being able to find the answer that you want. But I feel like now she is about to move forward and take this sword, cut herself free here, and do what has to be done. These 7 swords behind her could be the thoughts that she has now put behind her. And you notice that her castle is in the background here, and she does have her back to it. So this could be representing having to leave people that she cares about, leave her home, leave her country. It's like a big decision. It's talking about, that's why she's having such a difficulty with it. And I don't feel like this is a decision that, she wants to have to make, but she realizes she has to make a decision. And so the good news is she's about to move forward. This can also represent the thoughts of others behind her back. This energy here causing her to be in this state. And then we have the energy of the High Priestess. And so the High Priestess is talking about using your intuition as well as your logic to have more creative solutions. And so if you use the High Priestess, rarely would get in this kind of energy at all. She's always very joyful. She sits at the on her throne at the foot of God, so she's hanging out, with some positive energy there, for sure. But she's sitting in between these two pillars, and one of them is representing Jesus, and the other the devil. So these are very huge extremes, differences, and the energy behind her here with all this busyness is talking about information coming in from both sides, and she has to make choices regarding this information. So she's going to ask a logical question, and then she might get like 5 logical answers. But she's like, now, which one is the best one for me? Everyone could work, but which one is going to be the most efficient and the best one for me? That's when she has to stop thinking and feel. And when I say feel, what I'm talking about is, a lot of people mistake their brain for their mind and their mind for their brain. Your mind is the part of you that thinks, and your will to do whatever you're going to do. Your brain is the central nervous system. It's the components of your brain and your spine allow you to feel sensations in your body wherever you feel, whatever you feel in your body. And we can track those sensations when we energetically, a lot of people will talk about this, that gut feeling. So quite often if, even if you're looking at one of the answers or you're saying it out loud and all of a sudden, that your stomach drops like you're in an elevator, that's like weak. That's not like, and a lot of people will, when they're like, oh, that's not the one, that's the sensation they'll get, is that dropping in the gut. And a lot of people will say, follow your gut, And if it's a real, a strong energetically for you, you'll just feel like standing up straight and straightening your back out and, have a spine, that type of energy. And so you can kind of feel intuitively which one of the 5 answers, all of them could work, but which one would be best for your situation. The answer that's perfect for you might not be the perfect answer for someone else. So this is making a more creative solution to the problem. And she's very joyful because she uses her intuition constantly. And with the cycles of the moon, she understands the cycles of the moon, how to use them. The full moon, like we have coming up, is a really great time for letting go of anything that's holding you back and getting, and working on a project that you decided maybe to plant the seeds of during the new moon. And so if we follow those cycles, we have a tendency to get further ahead quicker. Judgment is being called from the Most High. So this is judgment coming down from the spiritual realm, where all judgment comes first from the Most High, and then it comes down to the 3rd dimension. And look at, the angel is blowing her trumpet, and the ancestors are so excited. They're literally climbing out of their boxes. The descendants are waving to them from the other side, and it's like, woohoo, finally, judgment is being called on a situation. Perhaps your ancestors didn't have time to finish up what they were doing, and there might be some issues that they didn't clean up before they crossed the veil, and it's bothering them. And so this quite often can talk about skeletons coming out of the family closet, as well as Pandora's box, like being opened on a more global level. And we have okay, so as soon as this judgment is called, and the justice is brought in, then your world is going to change. And it starts as soon as God makes this judgment. So on the spiritual realm, and the world card is saying that you have come to the end of a cycle. So we have that here, and we have it here. Now this cycle could have been a really long one. This one could be talking about ever since you were, really young, in kindergarten age, around then till now. And it doesn't have to be. You might have had several cycles in between, but this one for sure, this isolation and being caught in your mind and not knowing what to do. It looks like you've learned how to find more creative solutions to handle the situations you're in. And so this is talking about being successful to learn everything you had about this cycle, and ready to move on. Now, if this doesn't bring new love in here, then this could be representing your patriarchal line. And this is a cup of love coming from your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather on your paternal line. And this could be them that are so happy that judgment is finally being called and that this cycle is going to end for you. And the intuition part might be saying that they really they really want you to pay attention right now, because this cycle could end and it's time for you to have a better outcome than this here. And so this could be a cup of love coming in from your paternal ancestors. Sometimes this can also represent uncles and brothers and male cousin energy as well. If you are married, and especially if you have children, this can represent your father-in-law's paternal line. And then we have burdens. So this is saying, yes, it's time to take the harvest of what's happened here. The Ten of Wands is talking about the seeds that you've planted by the actions that you've taken and maybe other people have taken around you and how they affect you. And so this is saying that, this is a real heavy load here. And this person's having difficulty getting home with it. Now, if you've ever heard the saying, can't see the forest for the trees, that's describing this situation. It's when you're so up close to the detail that you can't any longer see the big picture. And he's so close to home here, but he can't tell he's close to home because he can't see, because he's got all this, it's everything he can do just to keep going. This card is saying keep going. Many, many people quit right before they're about to have success and reach their goal. And this is talking about he can't see how close he is, but he's very close. He's like 10 minutes from home here. And God knows how long he's been out there, collecting this harvest. So this could be heavy with the fruit of his labors, which would be a good thing, meaning that there's a lot to harvest, that it's going to be a really lucrative load. But some of these could be burdens that he's been carrying for other people, and clearly I feel that's the situation here. So it's saying it's time to lay down any burdens that do not belong to you, because when this judgment comes through, and it's coming through quickly here, we have two cards saying transition here. And this is saying, put them down, because you're blocking, like get out of your own way, basically. You don't want to be carrying burdens for people that put you in this kind of energy. It's time to put those burdens down and let them deal with their own shift, and you just pick up the ones that are your harvest, the fruits of your labors that are going to benefit you. And sometimes this also can be saying that some of these wands might be actually not a burden necessarily. They might even be an asset, but they've become burdensome to you because your circumstances have changed. Like if you, say, purchased a house and now you want to move, but like you've definitely got a lot going on here, and selling a house is a lot of work, and it's like, oh man, like getting this house ready for sale, like it needs to be painted and there needs to be some, handiwork done around. And I also need to find a realtor, and then, and it's just, and then stage it, and and so the house could have been really a great buy, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that you need to put your time and energy in it, and you're exhausted as it is. So that's when it's time to delegate and find like a real good realtor. They'll know a good painter and electricians and that sort of thing, contractors, to empower you to get the house ready for sale. And it'll be worth your time to pay them. They'll get it done way more quickly, and then you'll be able to move on to whatever it is that you want to move on to, because we definitely do have a lot of transition happening here. And we have the Queen of Swords here. So the Queen of Swords energy is talking about, she's been there, done that. She has the t-shirt, the souvenir. She is fucking tired of bullshit. Like, excuse my language, but she is done. And it's, I can just feel this as soon as I put this card down, it's like heavy. And it's like, she has her hand out and she's ready to take her harvest and move on with her life. She has clarity, probably maybe for the first time in a long time. And we have this little bird in the background here, and this little bird is saying, she's very independent. Now, sometimes this can be talking about someone who is divorced. Quite often, the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords will be representing people who are divorced. Now, she does have her left hand out, willing to receive, and her right hand is up, like with the sword in it. Like, if you come in to me, you better come in correct or don't come in at all. Now, I'm just wondering here, because we don't have a real clear picture. So the other scenario is that she's involved in this energy because it's sitting on this card here that has caused you burdens. And she's one of the people here, and she's wanting to take your harvest from you. Bring it over here, man, kind of energy. So we'll see which way it is. She's sitting on this energy. Like, this could be someone that the King of Cups loves. And I mean, this could be your energy, or the person, like if you're the King of Cups, it could represent your energy. And this is someone that you're interested in romantically, but it also could be that this is someone that he already loves, because there's a queen sitting right here, and she's wanting some of your abundance here. And so are they a couple that have put you in this energy? And then, well, we'll keep going here and see what else is going on. We do have, oh, look at this. Here's the marriage card. So now, is this these saying, yes, these two are married to each other? I feel like it is in this case. This is talking about you having a strong foundation to move forward, but them wanting that. It's talking about being married. So if you're not married and you're the Queen of Swords energy, and this is just talking about you getting out of this situation, this is your paternal bloodline coming through, because it can be both. It could be representing that. Plus, there could be a couple here that are married that want your abundance here. So we'll see. This is talking about a new foundation, though, for moving forward, and maybe they want that. And it's yours, but they want it, and they want to take it from you. And they've been trying to keep you isolated in this energy so that they can take it. We'll see. We have this energy here of a strong foundation for moving forward. So this is like the beginning of fulfillment for them or for you. Which one is it? I don't think it's both. And so let's keep going here. We have this energy here is talking about, it's saying this would be enough to put a down payment down on your castle. You would still have the mortgage payments to make, but it would be a strong foundation, and moving forward in that energy of marriage and having a wedding and being able to pay for it. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Reconciliation. Now, we do have an energy here. This could be energy coming in from the past. So this is talking, I really am getting the feeling that this is saying that this energy here, it's like right in the middle of the reading, basically, and it's saying that this is about this energy from way back when, and it is regarding pentacles. And I feel like it has something to do, like I almost feel like a line being drawn here, and then this energy going here. So we'll see what this card is next. But this reconciliation, this can represent several things. We just had Mercury go direct, and Mercury, the planet Mercury, when it was retrograde on June 29th, and it just went direct yesterday, and so, as I'm doing this reading. So the communication is becoming more clear in that, but it's still very common for people and issues from your past to come back into your life at this time, because it's on the edge of it. And it's talking about, also at this time, though, there's a lot of people traveling around, having family reunions, getting back together with family, that type of energy. So it could just be representing that, wanting to maybe let everybody know that you're getting ready to move forward and get married. But I don't really see we have this cup of love at the very beginning, but it's in this old cycle, and you're supposed to be on this new one with your new harvest. So this could represent your energy moving forward, and it also at the same time can represent this energy that put you in, of a couple that put you in this energy. This is talking about this illusions and trying to get past them. And we have that full moon energy coming up. So there's a lot of illusions coming out. And I feel this is talking about this. That's what you're leaving, is illusions from your past, and you're ready to move forward in a strong way. So the Six of Cups could, like when you first look at it, it looks like there's two young children and they're playing with these flowers in the yard and someone's watching over them. But when you look at it again, you recognize that's not children. That's a gnome, and this is a little woman. And when you look at her from the back, she looks like an old hag. But when you look at her from the front, she looks young. And neither one of them wants these flowers. They're wearing this white mitt, saying they don't want to get their hands dirty right now. And the old hag she has no patience for this. She's like, we don't want your stupid flowers. Go away from us. They're not even yours to give away. And the younger woman is people-pleasing. She's explaining how they're dressed in their finery and they don't want to get their hands dirty. Instead of just not explaining herself, she's being nice. And so this card is saying, it's right in the middle of this energy, and it's saying, if someone from the past comes in that has put you in this energy and this energy, are you going to take them back? Are you going to be nice? Are you going to, okay, I'll give you one more chance kind of energy? Or are you ready to move forward with this new energy and lay down those burdens? Because if you don't lay those burdens down, you're going to get hit with this energy's karma. And so, and I feel like this is talking about these two as well. This could represent both you moving forward and like not totally decided yet, and this couple wanting your harvest. Interesting. So it's happening at the same time. Now the white flowers in the pots are representing, in tarot, white flowers represent innocence, but these are not innocent flowers because they're from the nightshade family. And if you were to eat them, like if a child or a pet was to eat them, it could cause them to become sick. So you would never have these in pots around your yard if you had children. Datra is sometimes used in ceremonies by shamans to cause visions for people so that they can heal from their childhood wounds. So this could be talking about reconciliation of your childhood, and that there could be illusions in your childhood from back then, things that you don't know about what happened. So this is talking about a big part of this transition is this shift in this energy. And even the person that is standing here watching over the children, who are not really children, is just a stranger walking down the path. So yeah, it's talking about there's some sort of energy here that you need to be aware of. And then we have, if you want to have this fulfillment, this is talking about, having like true love in your life. And this is saying this is everything that you've wished for. And it's really interesting because it's showing someone who's on stage. So you might be someone who's a public figure, or if this King of Cups is someone that's interested in you, or maybe it's the Emperor that's interested in you, or you're interested in someone that is a public figure. It could be, or someone that works in the public, like for the government, like a public figure, mayor or something like that. I'm picking up mayor for whatever reason. In any case, this is someone who's on stage, and it's talking about this, very much like this card. This is saying stay focused on what you're doing, because you're like one cup away from having that fulfillment in your life that you want. Maybe the one thing you're missing is that person that you can count on, and maybe in the past, all the people that you have had in your life that would be your significant other have turned out to be an illusion, that they were people that just wanted what you have, kind of energy. So maybe this is this is, I feel like there's one side and then there's this side, the future and the past kind of energy. So this person, the body language in this card is a little bit incongruent. From the bottom here, he's got his feet turned out. And that's talking about leaking masculine and feminine energy and like losing a little bit of focus. But his upper body, he's like got his arms in the shape of an infinity symbol, saying that he's ready for this last cup. But he himself is feeling really a little uncomfortable. Are these cups behind him, representing the past? Or are they above his head in the now? Or is this coming in the near future? Because we know judgment is being called and it's here. Now, this could represent an energy that you are known, like you might just have a public platform or something like that on social media, but it also could be that you're an entertainer, a singer, a dancer, an actor, an actress, that type of energy. Or maybe someone political that's in the political arena, someone that speaks for a living. And then we have here a breath of fresh air. So this is talking about the Page of Swords energy, and this is another page coming in. It's interesting because there's no knights here. Generally, when a knight comes in, that's okay, that someone's like mature and they're ready to make a solid offer. This is more of the beginning of an offer. And so the Page of Swords is focused on the element of air. He's focused on, he's asked a logical question. And of all the four pages, he's the only one who's not looking at his sword. He's looking away from it because he's looking for a creative solution to the problem, just like the High Priestess. So he's asked the logical question, and now he's feeling with his intuition what is the best answer for a creative solution. And he's about ready to, this is the Page of Swords energy sometimes also can represent an investigation going on or private detective energy. Sometimes it's talking about, technology, like using hidden cameras and spy type energy, like mics and, that type of energy. So hot mics so that you're being recorded when you don't know you are, or you have hidden cameras where you live or something. It could be that type of energy. We do have also wanting to have peace of mind from this energy. Now, isn't this interesting again, because this is saying here wanting this change to happen, and we've got the Emperor right in the middle of all of this, So maybe the Emperor is someone you know from the past here, and this energy is saying you're ready for a breath of fresh air and to move forward. Now this is talking about putting your mind to peace and really feeling with your heart. What is it that you really want? He's got his mind laying down here, putting his mind to rest, and he is praying, meditating, and feeling the energy. He's got his mind hung in the wall, his subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind. And on this stained glass window is that this window here, maybe these two did take respite in the church, and he's, meditating and praying and asking God for direction. Like, which way should I go here? Like, is this the strongest solution for me to move forward in my life? And on this window is the word PAX, Pax, and that's representing peace of mind. And look at this. Then we have the Knight of Wands. Now we have a knight. Yay. I was like, okay, we need an adult here bringing in some information. This is, this is really enthusiastic and all that. But like the Knight of Wands, he's been around. And like, this is a rebel with a cause. I feel this is your energy now. Now that you have this peace of mind and you're moving forward, this is saying, okay, this is a breath of fresh air. You have peace of mind. You're moving forward. This is being, if you read the energy like this. And so the Knight of Wands is a rebel with a cause. It's talking about the element of fire, which is, the wands are made of wood and they are fueling the fire. And it's talking about taking passionate action. And so, yes, you're finally ready. Like now you're ready to go. There has been some information that has come in from when you're younger, but now the Knight of Wands, this is saying, okay, now you're ready to move forward. You know, the big red plume on the back of his helmet here is representing impulsive action and having a fiery temper maybe, but he has learned to rein that in. And so he's learned to discipline his mind, quiet it, and go with his heartfelt passion. And I feel like now here's the energy that we're looking at. This could be someone that you know from your past, but it's not someone that you've had a relationship with. I feel this is the Emperor's energy, actually. And this is talking about there could be some sort of investigation that has gone on here because we have the Page of Swords here. But this is talking now, you're ready to take action. And I feel like the Emperor is ready to take action. Now, this definitely would be someone that would have authority, like to, to make shift happen here for justice to come in regarding this situation over here. And isn't that interesting, right? How that is, how it's lined up. So this is talking about someone who has loves to travel and this is, has an open mind. And so is able to see a lot, has a lot of life experience. So that would be, the energy of the pyramids in the background is talking about, exploring the world and being worldly. And I feel like this is now your energy moving in. Now you could be the Emperor that wants to offer a cup to someone, because I do feel that there's something missing, and that's that energy. But this is less about the love part of it and more about the moving forward to get to have exactly what it is that you want to move forward with. If we look from the bottom going up to up this side, if this is the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords are married, and they don't want you to be in this peace of mind and moving forward, because then they're not going to get your harvest. And I feel like this energy could have been a big part of the reason why you were in this energy. This side, going from here, like the High Priestess using her intuition, the ancestors have been trying to reach you to tell you you need to make a move, like you need to end this cycle. And it's something about your past when you were younger, and you need to look into it. You need to, if you have to hire a private detective or whatever, this can also represent legal or illegal energy of investigations. So, and it's time to make a move, to take action. So there we have it. Very interesting energy. Okay, if this is where you're leaving for this reading, thank you so much for your time and energy and your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I really do appreciate them. It's helping me build my channel. I am going to clarify now with my oracle. And my oracle, I already explained, it's Tales from the Vector, and I do have a website, Tales from the Vector. The numbers on these cards represent the paintings. There's 64 of them. And the numbers on here represent how they are listed in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. And I will put them in the description box below in the order they appear here. So if you want to take a look at them, they might give you further clarity. Not 100% clear on what's happening, but if this is your reading, take the parts that, that resonate with you. This could be taught. You might have a pretty good idea because I'm picking up a lot of different energies here. So we have the world and otherworldly desires, and this is, giving yourself total permission to go after your authentic desires. And, this is a karmic space that we can fall into if we want other people's desires. It's kind of a silly thing, because each and every one of us has our own unique qualities and our own purpose and our own reasons for being here and our own talents. And if you're really busy you think, oh, well, someone else's, destiny is better than yours, that you're going to try and take it. And like, you could just do that and God's going to be okay with that. It's pretty ridiculous, actually. And it's not going, like, it may appear to be happening, but eventually the energy is going to catch up with you, and you're going to find out it's not not working. Anger is a karmic space, another one that we can fall into. And this is having, it's an air trigger temper. So there could be some sort of energy that when you find out what's really been going on here, you may be really angry. But remember, anger is the gift that keeps on giving. Like even the ancestors here, like they are, like maybe they're tired of being angry. They just want the judgment and the justice to come through, and that you have a good life, and that maybe they left something for you, and you haven't received it, and they want you to receive it. That could be as simple as that. We have the Hermit energy. And the Hermit is talking about, safe travels. That the Hermit goes to the top of the mountain, and he has, when his lantern gets full of the light of the North Star, he's up there conferring with God because he wants to isolate. And so this can sometimes talking about this self-isolation, or sometimes God isolates us because rejection is God's protection quite often, separating you from the karma of these people so that you get out of your own way. And so this is the Hermit. Comes down from the mountain once his lantern is full of the light of the North Star, and he has direction. Okay, this is where I'm going to take. So there most definitely could have been a tower with this judgment coming in. I feel like the tower, I feel like you've already been in a tower. And I feel like this tower is more for this energy over here, because if you are using your intuition now, and the judgment and everything that you're supposed to receive is coming through, that's the major transition here. So the tower is when, you've been given every chance in the world to change hey, go after your own path. Quit trying to steal from other people because you feel like you deserve what they have, and go after your own destiny. Put the work into yourself and do it that way. And eventually you run out of chances. God gives us all choice. And after a while, if you keep choosing, and you're a grown adult and you keep choosing to do things against spiritual and the 3D law, then eventually it's going to have to catch up with you. And we have the shooting star energy. So this is talking about going after what you wish for. And it's right in the middle here. So again, it's talking about having a strong attitude. Remember how I said that this is exhausting because it's leaking from that base chakra energy. That's this energy here. So when you wish upon a shooting star, you could sit there and just never do anything. And then you'd be complaining, oh, nothing's ever happening. Well, you have to, if you want to have a strong future, you have to put your energy into it. And I feel like that's into your own, not into trying to take someone else's. And we have surrender. Yeah. So I feel like you're going to, this is an energy of, the reason why this is shifting and it's coming to transition is because eventually you're going to have to surrender to God's plan. And I even feel like that this energy here, these people's ancestors are over on this side. Like they're already fed up as well, because whatever's happening over here is affecting them as well. And so it's kind of like, thanks, we're supposed to be resting in peace here, and you're doing this shift, and we've been warning you, and you refuse to listen. So now the shift is going to hit the fan, and the tower is going to hit, and boom, kaboom. Enjoy. We are washing our hands of this situation. We're on this side. We're tired of trying to deal with your energy. It's really that bad. Falling and failing in love is a matter of I. So this is talking about, your heart chakra. Open your heart up and be willing to embrace yourself and the love you have for yourself, instead of going after someone else's plan for their life. Like, why would you even want that? It's like a slap in the face to the Most High, saying we don't have any regard for your plan whatsoever, and we think we're smarter than you. So falling and failing in love is a matter of and I just feel like this energy is about having a love for yourself. I don't feel like this is like a romantic love reading here. I feel this is more talking about loving yourself enough to be the best version of you rather than trying to be the best version of someone else that, it doesn't make any sense. And then we have pride before the fall. This is that all or nothing energy that has been in a lot of the readings. It's just talking about, just deciding, hey, going after, like it's an energy of not even just wanting that they don't just want to take someone else's physical possessions. They actually want to take their destiny. Like they want to be someone other than themselves. That's really sad, really. It's been coming up in a couple ways in the readings, and it's saying everybody has their own gifts, and they're unique, and focus on what you have, what God gave you to bring in. It's just as special as anyone else's. But when you're putting all your time and money and energy, investing everything into someone else's destiny, it just doesn't make sense. And it's really actually very sad. So the other energy here is talking about the ego as well. So this is the karmic space. And this is, I feel like this is the, a lot of people would say, well, you have to have a pretty big ego to think that you are better than God. Yes, that's for sure. But when spiritual people are talking about the ego, it's more like, your ego will tell you, hey, who do you think you are? You're not special. You don't have the qualities that are necessary. You need to take someone else's destiny. You suck. Like that's kind of shifty if your own ego is telling you, that you don't amount to anything and that you don't have, your destiny isn't important. So that's why a lot of times when it comes to spirituality, when people talk about, like killing the ego, slaying the ego, it's this aspect of it that they're talking about, because it can really get you caught up in a lot of karmic spaces. But yeah, I do feel like this definitely is coming to some sort of transition. And I would say that the main message here is, you want to follow your own destiny and be the best version of you, not someone other than you. Especially like if this energy has been doing this since you were young. Can you imagine like wasting all that time trying to be someone else? It doesn't even make any sense. So, send like that type of energy. It's just sad. All right, I'm going to leave this reading here. Basically, it's saying, follow your own path, follow your destiny, be the best version of you. Good advice. If you're going to pour your energy into something, pour it into that. All right, I do hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for your time and energy, your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I appreciate them all. And I will be back with another daily reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now.